Welcome, my dear students. I hope you are safe and sound after the flood uh, which occurred last week. So, let's get back to the business. We have already discussed about two different types of spaces. One is vector space, another is metric space. So, in a metric, we assign a distance function or a distance equivalent function on any given set. On the vector space, we are defining vectors or we are collecting the all possible vectors at a given point which satisfies a given condition. So, vector space and metric space are completely different entities. Now, we have a distance function and we have a space. Now, the natural question is, can you define this distance function onto a vector space? So, we have to define, our objective is, we have to define our distance equivalent or distance function onto the collection of all vectors which is called the vector space. We have already discussed about or you already know that every vector is of magnitude some real number. So the intuition came from that fact is the assumption that there should exist a real function or a real valued function associated with every given vector on a vector space. That real valued function can be termed as the magnitude of the vector. So what we have done is we have defined a set having certain amount of vectors satisfying certain properties. Now the objective is we have to define a real function which is somewhat equivalent to the metric on the collection of all vectors. This combination of algebraic structure with geometric property. Metric space is complete geometric in the sense that it defines a measure of distance on a particular set. So it is completely geometric, and vector space is a completely algebraic structure. It contains a collection of elements satisfying a certain amount of properties. So these two things are two entirely different perspective structures. Now we have to combine them together to form a new space. Such one space is called normed space, and the completion of the normed space is called Banach space. So what we are going to do is, we are given with a vector space or an algebraic structure, we are trying to define a distance equivalent or a metric equivalent function on the collection of all vectors or on the space of vector. So this is what we are going to do. So I think we shall move on to the definition. So a normed space X is a vector space with a norm defined on it. So norm means a distance equivalent function or a function which is somewhat similar to a metric. So this is what normed space is. A normed space should always be a vector space, and associated with that vector space or corresponding to each vector on that space, we have a real number associated with that vector, or we have a norm defined on the space of all vectors. This norm is somewhat equivalent to the distance metric. So the space, vector space associated with the norm is called a normed space. On a normed space, we have a distance equivalent function, which is called a norm. So by which we can define Cauchy sequences. So by means of Cauchy sequence, there may exist spaces in which every Cauchy sequence converges, and there may exist spaces in which there are Cauchy sequences which may not converge in the space, or there may exist normed spaces in which the completion property holds. Such complete normed spaces are called Banach spaces. So, if a normed space is complete, then we can say that it is Banach. These Banach spaces are very important to us because it has certain properties which distinguishes it from other different spaces. And the second thing related to the Banach space is it is extremely used for practical sense, especially in communication networks. The concept of Banach space has been extremely well utilized. So we have defined a vector space, a distance equivalent function on a vector space called a norm. Such a space is called a normed space. If the completion property holds in a normed space, such a space is called Banach space. Now we have defined a norm on a vector space, but we didn't know what is actually a norm means. So now our objective is to define what is a norm means. As I have already told you, a norm is a real valued function. So we are given with a vector space X with an underlying field. The field may be real or complex. So associated with every element in that vector space, you can define a norm X associated with that element. So the major difference between the metric space and this space is the fact that in a metric space, you are taking two different elements on a space, and associated with the two different elements, you are assigning a real number. But in this case, you are taking a single vector, or associated with every single vector, you can define a real number associated with that vector. That real number defined function is called a norm. Also, I have discussed that norm is somewhat similar to the distance metric or the distance equivalent function. So every property which is being held by a metric should be somewhat extended onto a normed space or on a norm. So the first property of a metric is it should always be positive. So similarly, norm X should always be greater than or equal to 0. And the second property of a metric is d of xy is equal to 0 if and only if x is equal to 0. Here instead d of xy we have norm x. So the second property should be norm x should be equal to 0 if and only if x is equal to 0. And the third property is different from the arbitrary space. So here we have an underlying field which is a real number or a complex number. So there may be constants operating on the vectors. So if you take an alpha from the real or complex field, you can multiply or you can do the scalar multiplication on every element in the vector space, or you can find alpha x. Now we have to observe what will be the answer of alpha x in the case of norm. So this is what we are doing in the third property, that is norm of alpha x, where alpha is a scalar which is on real numbers or complex numbers, should be equal to norm of alpha x should be equal to mod alpha into norm x, where alpha is a real or complex number. Here the commutative property need not imply at all, because this norm is defined on a single vector. It's not relating to two different vectors. So commutative property need not be holding. So commutative property does not imply anything at all in this. So that's why we are not discussing about commutative property in the norm. But we should be able to define the norm of alpha x, or a scalar multiple of a vector, which is what this third property is. Now the fourth property should always be triangle inequality. That is, norm of x plus y should be less than or equal to norm x plus norm y. Here, this plus means the vector addition which is defined on the space. Here, this plus means the usual addition which is defined on the real numbers. So these two pluses are not same actually. This means you are operating x and y with respect to the vector addition and finding the norm, which should be less than or equal to finding the norm x and finding norm y and summing them together. So this is what a norm means. So a norm is a real valued function which is defined on the space of all vectors, which satisfies these four properties. As I have already told you, this norm is originated from the metric which is equivalent to a distance. So every property which is satisfied by the metric is being extrapolated into some property defined on the norm. So there should exist a distinct relation between a norm and a metric, which is defined by this relation. So if D is defined on capital X or associated with a norm which is defined as norm X, you can define a metric which is defined as D on capital X, which is defined as D of xy should be equal to norm of x minus y. So associated with every norm defined on a vector space, you can actually define a a metric on that space. That is called norm of x minus y should be equal to d of xy. So this metric is called the metric induced by the norm. So from that itself, we can clearly state that if a given vector space or a given space is normed on a given normed space, can always define a metric which satisfies all the properties of a metric space. So clearly, every given normed space should always be a metric space. So a normed space should always be a metric space by the metric E of xy should be equal to norm of x minus y. So a space is normed simply implies that the space is a metric space. And also the second thing related to that is, if you are given a normed space, it should always be a vector space. On a vector space, you are defining a function, a norm, to make it as a normed space. So a normed space should always be a vector space as well. So a normed space is a metric space as well as a vector space. The reverse implication need not imply.